So, friends, good morning again, and I welcome you back to this poem, The Solitary Reaper, written by William Wordsworth. And yesterday we did the first 6 lines of the poem. Behold her single in the field, yon solitary highland lass, reaping and singing by herself. Stop here or gently pass. Alone she cuts and binds the grain and sings a melancholy strain. So the poet addresses a passerby not to disturb the young maiden girl who has been reaping at her field, and while she reaps, she sings a melancholy song. So, in the first part of the poem, the poet makes the setting of the theme, he prepares the scenario. Then, in the coming lines, so first I read the coming lines. So, here we come across some of the superb imagery, some of the superb, similes of British literature. Oh, listen, for the vale profound is overflowing with the sound. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary bands. So, in this, in these 4 lines, the poet compares the song of the girl firstly to Nightingale's song. The song of the Highland girl is sweeter than the nightingale song to the tired and reposing travelers in an oasis of an Arabian desert. The song of the girl appears to be sweeter than the thrilling notes of the cuckoo in the spring, heard in the silent seas of the Hebrides in the northern part of Scotland. Those who have visited the Hebrides are rocky islands to Scotland, to north of Scotland, will be. So, what does the poet want to say? Those, no, here there are some references of geographical sites of some popular geographical places which are famous for their beauty. So those who have visited the Hebrides will be impressed with the beauty, truth, and intensity of expression. Silence of the seas. This is alliteration. You could keep in your mind the repetition of consonant S. Silence of the seas. The rhythm, the intonation part, which is also known as onomatopoetic language, employed, showing the hissing of the waves in silent solitude, is noteworthy. The nightingale song is always sweet. Whenever we listen to the song of nightingale, nightingale has been a bird found in Europe. So whenever we listen to its song, we feel elated, we feel delighted. But the poet compares that the song of the girl is sweeter than the song of nightingale. This is this is the comparison between these two objects, right? So first the song of girl and the song of nightingale. In the situation described, it appears especially sweet to the travelers. The sweetness of the solitary reaper's song, however, surpasses this. The poet visualizes the girl as a bird. The bird image gives a rare beauty to the image of the girl. The poet also emphasizes the solitude of the girl here. The poet contrasts girl's sweet voice with that of nightingale, which might be singing to travelers in Arabian deserts, and then, in total contrast, again to the cuckoo bird singing over the silence of the seas. The two pictures of Arabian deserts and desolate seas serve to universalize the sound in space. So, in this stanza, particularly the sweetness of the girl song has been compared. So, these four lines often come for explanation in examination because there is question number one, that is reference to context question, and there some four passages are given from different texts, and you are supposed to write an explanation giving the proper context. So these lines, so I again read these lines. Oh, listen for the vale, the entire valley profound. The entire valley is echoing, is re-echoing, echoing and re-echoing. The sound of the girl's song is overflowing, echoing. It appears that the entire valley is full of the song of the girl. Since there is no human intervention, so one can feel that the entire valley has been full of the girl's song, is overflowing with the sound. No nightingale did ever chant. Yes, here the appeal goes to its height, the music goes to its height, and moreover, the melody goes to its height. And the poet says that the melody of the song is sweeter than the song of the nightingale, because it is believed that nightingale sings most beautifully. Nightingale sings in the most, you know, sweetest manner, right? But this girl, this girl's song is more sweeter than the song of nightingale. That's why he starts the line by this proposition. No nightingale did ever chant more welcome notes to weary, the tired group of travelers. So when the tired group of travelers stay at some place, and while reposing and resting, when they come to listen to the song of nightingale, they feel relieved from their tiredness, and they wish to keep on listening to nightingale, because the song of nightingale has been able to relieve them from their tiredness. But the poet compares that this girl's song is more sweet than that of nightingale. You see the comparison. Without comparison, without contrasts, without poetical devices, without employing literary devices, poetry is incomplete. In fact, this is the ornament of poetry, or rather, it is the necessity of poetry, that poetry, for or what we could say, that to heighten the effect, you know, whatever it is expression. Literature has one core idea. What is that idea? What is that point? What is that perspective? The core perspective of literature is expression. Whatever it is expression. In what way we express? in what way we put the things in literature. That's why the things presented in literature are peculiar, because they are dependent on expression. Now, the thing is very simple, that the poet with his two friends going across mountainous region, it is a very ordinary situation. Nothing is extraordinary, nothing is special, but out of this ordinary situation, the poet picks up something extraordinary, and this is the potential and talent of the poet. This is the super organic sensibility of the poet. The poets are gifted personalities, friends. You see, again I repeat, the poets are gifted personalities, they are gifted figures. That's why no one is able to compose poems. We can all appreciate poetry, we can all appreciate literatures, but we cannot create, write, or produce literature. We could say that we also think in the same way in which a writer thinks, but it is not a matter of thinking, it is a matter of producing. Right? So, out of a very ordinary situation, the poet picks up something very extraordinary, and that extraordinary becomes immortal in the hands of a poet. This poem, which is included in almost all the syllabus of graduation courses, has been that much popular that it surpasses, it transcends the limits of time and space. Thank you, friends.